I've been sorting a few things out on this 94 Mustang, and it's coming along pretty well. I had an exhaust leak to figure out, and I get to that later on here in the video. I talk about it for a second. Basically, I'd done a lot of work to try to get the mid pipe to line up right and tighten the bolts down, and I sprayed some Windex on the exhaust while I was running, and I could see it was bubbling out of the flange for the headers where it meets the head. So the car had some paint marks on the exhaust, and it had aftermarket high temperature orange RTV, so I could tell that it's had new exhaust gaskets. It almost looks like the engine's been rebuilt before. It had yellow paint pen marks on all the bolts, like as a sign off when they've torqued them down and stuff. So and with that exhaust aftermarket RTV, I believe it's probably been rebuilt. So I've noticed a couple of those exhaust bolts were loose on the flange on the passenger side. So I tightened those down and the sound went away. So I'm very happy about that. And I'm going to fix the airbag and the steering wheel here in a second. Not completely fix the airbag because I don't have a correct year. The plug's different on the airbag, but I do have at least a better cover because this one's all blown apart. It's just off of my Sonic Blue GT parts car, just to have something on there. And so you'll see I'll switch that out here in a second. That was a nice clean startup. When I had first started the car, it had smoke coming out of the exhaust and everything, and I just wanted to make sure everything's good with the car now, and I think it's cleared out anything that was in the exhaust from that blown head gasket. It's running really good, no smoke, so I'm happy about that. We've been taking the car to the pool a lot in the neighborhood, and it's been a great, basically like a beach car. We put the top down, cruise to the pool, and it's only a couple blocks away, and so we're just kind of getting used to the car and fixing all the little things on it. There's a lot of little things to fix. All right, so exhaust leak gone now. A couple of the header bolts were loose. Gonna put some RTV around it too, just in case. A little brake caliper noise, rotor noise, whatever. But it's cruising. Nice. With the top down. Nice. No exhaust noise. Oh, I hate exhaust leaks. So I just took it to town real quick and put half tank of gas in it, just to make sure everything's good and get some fresh fuel in it. I had been filling it with a gas can, and I just wanted to pump some gas into it, and that worked out nicely. Just went for a nice little drive. Perfect time of day for that. And I'm gonna work on this a little bit more. I have a clock spring I got at the wrecking yard for it. I have another airbag, but I'm kind of saving that for a different car, but we'll see. So here's the old clock spring. There's the new one. So I'll do that for now. All right. Making some progress. Just got this whole harness unplugged, the 2 connections, the 3 little Allen, whatever star screws these are. That's the difference on the clock spring mostly for 94, and then they changed it, so good to find one of those. So that looks so much better now to have a steering wheel and an airbag cover. At least it looks really good in there, and you know, it really cleans up the interior on this car to have that done. So the car looks nice, you know, with the top down especially. Now I'm going to tear the engine down with the homeschool group that my wife teaches, and we're going to show them what it looks like inside an engine. And I thought this would be a great opportunity to let them see what it looks like, and we're going to find what was wrong with the old engine. So right there is a broken push rod, a bent push rod. Okay.
Can I push it in? You can pull it out.
Lower it up.
Oh, yep. Let's see.
Blow it up.
There we go.
Now that's what you break your head over.
Might not be able to snake it out, but there's the bent push rod. Okay. So there's a pretty obvious bent push rod there, probably from it hydrolocking with coolant in the cylinders. Of course, the head gasket was the main problem with this engine. When I filled the radiator with water and the water started to go into the block and fill up, it immediately dumped through the heads into the cylinders and filled the cylinders with water. I'd pulled the plugs out and saw the plugs all wet with water on them, bore a scope into the cylinders, found water droplets everywhere inside the cylinders. So it had multiple spots on each side where water was getting into the cylinders, and you know, that's what I expected. You know, it was a pretty bad engine. I'm glad I didn't just try to rebuild it, especially with the bent push rod. You never know how extensive the damage is. I don't think I bent that push rod. I got the car to run, and it ran fine, and it sounded like it was kind of knocking or tapping, so that's probably what that was. But then when I filled the radiator up, I started the engine, or I tried to start the car, and it wouldn't even turn over. And I believe it's because it was now trying to hydrolock the pistons with that water that was seeping in with the spark plugs. So that's kind of the damage of the engine. So you'll see the rust in the cylinders from just having water sitting in them a little bit. I would go out and turn the car over with the spark plugs out, just to push out any water so it wouldn't freeze up, because when I pulled the engine out, I was worried that I wouldn't be able to rotate the engine to get to the torque converter bolts if everything was rusted. So I would go out there every so often and turn the engine over, and it turned over fine. But I don't know when the push rod happened, but I believe that was probably from the previous owner. So here you can see some of the cylinders had more water in them than others, and they were starting to rust out pretty bad. The problem was when I took those head gaskets off, which I'll show you, it was all pretty clogged. The water jackets there were all really clogged. See, so that's probably why the head gaskets were also a problem, because they weren't letting coolant pass through to cool correctly. The camshaft looked pretty clean when I pulled it out here. And you know, with the bent push rod, I didn't see any damage on there yet, so I'll have to inspect that a little bit more. But you can see how messy this got. I tried to keep it clean, but when I turned the engine upside down, all the oil came out of the top of the rollers there, of the lifters, because I'm used to non-pushrod engines where they're basically sealed. You can turn them upside down and nothing's going to come out. So it made a little bit of a mess, but you can see how these head gaskets were pretty gunked up and pretty gross. And it's an interesting kind of more of a cork gasket style. It's not like a metal head gasket that I traditionally see in the two valves and stuff, but I stripped the heads completely. It took me a little while, and then I recycled the engine parts for their metal value, which was kind of a mistake. I mean, I think it was worth doing in an environmental reason. I didn't want that block to just go to the landfill. I wanted all that iron to be reused, like on a personal, like, responsibility scale. Like, I just don't feel good about throwing that much metal into a landfill just for it to sit there for eternity. So they gave me a penny a pound for the block. So it was 122 pounds, so I got $1.22 for that entire iron block. And then I got about $30 for the aluminum heads, and I had stripped them all out. I pulled all the valve springs out and the retainers and everything. So it was a lot of work, but it was good to recycle those parts, because with those heads being warped so bad, I'm not sure they could have been reused. I mean, a machine shop might have been able to mill them down or whatever, but it's just not worth the effort. So that's the update for now. The car is running and driving a lot better. Little things are being fixed here and there. I enjoy taking it to the pool, especially when it's 100 degrees here in town, 104, 110, you know, and so it's just been kind of a fun little beach cruiser is the way I look at it. Just having something fun to cruise around, especially when the sun goes down. It's really nice. But it's fun to go here to the pool and enjoy it. I had a 94 model Mustang that I used to take with me to the pool, and I'd lean on the side of the pool and drive it on the edge of the pool. When I was a kid, it was a yellow 95 GT, or 94 GT. And so now I have a real 94 Mustang to take to the pool. So I thought that was kind of fun. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more Mustang content.